Hello everyone, this is Silver Haired Gemma. I got a few things to show you today. First of all, I know I spent the $200 for my budget for the month, but like I said, I had some extra money come my way, so I spent some of it on silver, and I want to show you what I picked up. This actually came in Wednesday or Thursday, can't remember, but I got my tombstone and I got my coffin from Silver Slacker. Jaeger Port Silvers. There it is in all its glory. There. And on the side, it's the 4 ounces, 9.99 fine, number 76. And got the matching headstone with number 76 on it. As soon as this comes into focus, I guess it's just not one to work with me today. There. 76. There. Alrighty. So I showed you that real quick. Now I got some news. I have here distilled water. I have here not a Corningware, but it is. I'll be dipped. It is Corningware, stoneware dish, and my silver, which means my bench is finally done. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start today showing you how to prep the silver, and we're going to go step by step to the pouring. So I'll be right back. Okay, hello again my friends on YouTube. As you can see, I've got the stove going with some rolling distilled water. The reason why I use distilled is, like I said before, even though the silver shop comes like this, there's still some impurities on it, and you just want to make sure it's really clean. I've never used a tumbler before. This is what I used to do before, is to prep the silver. Plus the fact that I'm on a well water. Yes, I kind of live out in the country. And even when I lived in the city, I would do it this way, only because distilled water is clean. And I want to clean my silver. My hubby ended up getting me one of them rock tumbler things, which I've never used before, so that's going to be something new for me too. But I'm still going to do it the way I'm used to doing it. Before, the bars would still come out shiny. I didn't have to do anything to it. So what I did first was I had preheated my oven, and while the oven was actually preheated, I had taken my Corningware dish, put it in there so it could start heating up, and then I set it on top of the stove, and I got the thing on low because you want to dry your silver, so this needs to be hot, and not scalding hot. As you can see, I got my hand on. I might turn up just a little bit. And what I'm going to do is, we've got our colander, strainer, whatever you want to call it. I just set it in there like that. Got my tongs so I can stir it up a little bit, and I got the silver. So what I'm going to do is, I'm just going to throw some in there. Alrighty. Let it get boiling again. Couldn't tell you how many ounces, I'll just throw it in there. So just like everything else, when you cook, I'm showing this to you all in real time, and if it gets too long, then I'll speed the video up. But I want y'all to, one thing I've noticed is that I have looked at some videos people have done, and they skip a lot of steps and don't show you real time or nothing like that. And there's people who want to learn, and I'm just showing you how I did it and how I'll do it. And we all have our own methods. There's plenty of room, you know, for everybody to learn if they want to learn. So we'll let that boil just for a few minutes. And like I said, they finally got the bench done last night. I'm like, yay. I love it though. It was just a simple bench. But you know, when they're working 70, 80 hours a week, I guess it is kind of hard. You'd think after the holidays work would slow down for him, but it hasn't. As a matter of fact, my son is working on his 4th week of a month with no days off, and he's raking in 76 hours a week there. So him and his friend finished it last night. Needless to say, he's in bed today. He is wore out. That's alright. I'll let him sleep. So let me check the heat on this dish. And the reason why you want the dish heated, like I said before, silver absorbs heat. So we're sitting there boiling this in water. You want to dry the silver, and you want to make sure it's dry. So I'm just going to let that, I put quite a bit in there, so usually I only do a few ounces at a time. So I'm just giving it a stir, stir. Make sure everything's boiled off. These are stainless steel. So I'll let it. Alright. I don't know if you heard that, but you hear it go. So apparently the dish is hot, and I got a piece of silver right there. Boop, and that silver was hot. And I'm just gonna boil up some more, a little bit more. Nothing says I have to do the whole 100 ounces, but you know, while I'm here and got it going, might as well. So, but yeah, I'm pleased the bench is done, and then after I get done with this and getting this all dry, and it doesn't take long for the silver to dry. I'm still leaving it in there. It's not like it's going to melt. But after this, I'm going to be preparing my molds. My molds are dirty. I touch them, they're all black, and I don't like that. That's just me though. But what I'll do is I'll get a can of air, which is, I think, is the greatest thing ever invented, and I'll blow out the middle of the molds, and then I'll heat the insides just to cook off whatever's left in there, so that way they'll be nice and clean for when I actually pour. So we'll do that. One thing my son's got to do tonight is just hang my lights up down there over the workbench. They've got young eyes, I've got old eyes, and I like to see what I'm doing. So, but when I first do my pouring, of course, I let Mossy Nut, who's been waiting patiently for a very long time, and I'm glad I've informed him a couple times. I have not forgotten about him. It's just when you wait for someone else. But I'm going to do the first pour is going to be the buck head, the deer head, and I've decided that I'm going to name that my Mossy Nut Buck. So my first pour and my first mold with the deer head is named after the first viewer of mine, subscriber of mine, who caught on right off the bat the minute he looked at my video that I was going to pour. So to honor him, I think I'm going to do that. And I'm still coming up with a strategy of how many I want to pour, of what, and that kind of thing. So I'm still coming up with that. Okay. Strain that out. I'm not going to waste any. That's why I got an old pan. You don't need anything fancy. I just got an old pan, and I'm just going to town here. So, but right now, you know what? I think I'm just going to keep doing this and keep doing them all. Doing all of it, and I will be back. So I'll see you in a little bit. Okay, everyone, I'm back. And I've got it all pulled up. One thing I want to mention is in drying this, please remember, if you do it this way, that the silver's really, really, really hot. So, you know, if you go to check it, I'm just used to hot things. But, you know, when you go to check it to see if it's dry, of course you'll know because it won't be wet. But I do love the feel of silver on my fingers. But it does soak up the heat, so it is hot. So basically, that's all there is to it in prepping the silver. I'm putting it back in another Corningware dish. Didn't even realize I had Corningware. I just buy whatever. I just thought it was regular stoneware. But because I don't want to put it back in plastic because it has been cleaned. And if I had the tubes, I would have bowled the tubes to make sure they were cleaned from stuff inside. But for right now, I'm just going to keep it in these. And I'm just waiting for this to dry. And that's it for this segment. Step 1 of pouring silver is prepping. That's the longest part of anything, is the prep work. So I'll get back with another video when I prep the molds. Until then, I hope everybody has a great day, a great night, and I'll talk with you later.